The Hitchhiker Comprehension Skills Test. Choose the best answer. Number 1. What is the setting of the story? A. California and Brooklyn, New York. B. 1940 Ford V8. C. On the highway, early 1940s. D. All of these. Number 2. Why does Adams state facts about himself at the beginning of the play? A. To show that he is sane. B. To plead for help. C. To understand what is happening. Or D. All of these. Number 3. Which excerpt best shows that flashback will be used? A. It's all taken place since the death of her oldest son, Ronald. B. I'm in an auto camp on Route 66 just west of Gallup, New Mexico. C. 6 days ago, I left Brooklyn to drive to California. D. None of these. Number 4. Read the following excerpts. What do they foreshadow? Promise me you'll be extra careful. Don't fall asleep or drive fast or pick up any strangers on the road. I was in excellent spirits. Drive ahead. Even the loneliness seemed like a lark, but I reckoned without him. A. An accident. B. The appearance of the hitchhiker. C. The death of a character. Or D. None of these. Number 5. Where does Adams see the hitchhiker? On the Brooklyn Bridge, standing beside a barbed wire fence, outside the Navajo Reservation, all of these. Number 6. Read the following words and their definitions. Which word contains the Latin root word junct as used in junction? Conjunction, a noun that means a word that joins two or more sentences. Adjunct, which is also a noun that means something attached to another. C. Both of these. D. Neither of these. Number 7. In which of these sentences is the word distinctly used the same as the following excerpt? I could see him quite distinctly. The bag, the cap, even the spots of fresh rain spattered over his shoulders. A. Although they are identical twins, Avery and Amariah have distinctly different hairstyles. B. With his new glasses, Omar could see every street light distinctly. C. Both of these. D. Neither of these. Number 8. Why is the following event important to the development of the plot? Adams sees the hitchhiker on the Brooklyn Bridge. A. The hitchhiker is introduced. B. The setting is established. C. It is the climax of the story. D. It puts the reader in suspense. Number 9. Which of the following excerpts includes an example of suspense? No, people drive through here in all kinds of weather. Mostly business, though. Ain't many pleasure cars out on the turnpike this season of the year. B. The train was coming closer. I could hear its bell, its cry, its whistling cry. C. Listen, just a minute ago there was a man standing here, right beside this stand, and he, a suspicious-looking man. D. It was a bright, sunshiny afternoon. The peaceful Ohio fields, brown with the autumn stubble, lay dreaming in the golden light. Number 10. Which statement best summarizes the play's resolution? A. Adams has become a ghost. B. Adams grieves the loss of his mother. C. Adams decides to find the hitchhiker. D. Adams ponders his own death. Number 11. Read the example below. Identify the story device being used. Joyce watched the clock. The minute hand seemed frozen over the 10. The slow tick-tock seemed to promise that time was moving forward, but Joyce had no sense of it. All she knew was that she had to wait until 8 o'clock. Is that foreshadowing, flashback, or suspense? Number 12. Read the example below. Identify the story devices being used. Linda heard a scratching at the door. As she walked through the kitchen to the living room, the scratching seemed to get louder. She assumed it was the cat who might have snuck out, but she saw Snowball fast asleep on the corner of the couch. The scratching became more insistent and urgent. Linda rushed to the door and swung it open, expecting to see something horrible or frightening. It was a branch blown by the wind and scratching against the door. Is that foreshadowing, flashback, or suspense? Number 13. Read the example below. Identify the story devices being used. As the old man watched the boys playing baseball in the vacant lot, he thought back to his own boyhood and the friends he had in his hometown. They'd cleared debris and stray bushes from a lot and built their own baseball diamond, complete with an elevated pitcher's mound. The old man remembered the feeling of standing on that mound, exchanging signals with the catcher, winding up to throw a pitch. Is that foreshadowing, flashback, or suspense? Number 14. I was just slowing down for one of the tunnels when I saw him standing under an arc light by the side of the road. I could see him quite distinctly. The bag, the cap, even the spots of fresh rain spattered over his shoulders. Distinctly means clearly. Which phrase from the excerpt above explains why the main character can see the hitchhiker distinctly? Spots of fresh rain, for one of the tunnels, under an arc light, over his shoulder. 15. How does the following event contribute to the development of the plot? Event number 1. Ronald Adams' mother expresses her deep concerns about his road trip across the country. Her concern for her son foreshadows the troubles Adams will face on his trip. It introduces the main character, the hitchhiker, as mysterious. It adds suspense because the reader experiences anxiety waiting to find out what will happen next. It shows that there is definitely something sinister about the hitchhiker. Number 16. How does the following event contribute to the development of the plot? Event number 2. Adams sees the hitchhiker on the Brooklyn Bridge for the first time. We find out at the end of the story that the Brooklyn Bridge was the place where Adams was killed in a car accident. It adds suspense because the reader experiences anxiety waiting to find out what will happen next. It shows that Adams and his mother have a close relationship, and without the close relationship, Adams would not have called home at the end of the story to find out he had died. We discover that there is definitely something strange about the hitchhiker and his appearance. Number 17. Use the plot diagram below to answer the next 5 questions. Where is the climax located on the plot diagram? A, B, C, or D? Number 18. Where is the exposition located on the plot diagram? A, D, E, or B? Number 19. What is the location of the rising action on the plot diagram? D, B, E, or C? Number 20. Where is the falling action located on the plot diagram? C, D, A, or E? Number 21. Where is the resolution located on the plot diagram? A, C, E, or B? Number 22. Which three details are part of the exposition in Hitchhiker? That night, he sees the hitchhiker on the new Pennsylvania Turnpike. Early 1940s. On the highway. Adams, his mother, and the hitchhiker. The operator says that Adams' 3 minutes are up. Number 23. Which single detail is the climax in Hitchhiker? That night, he sees the hitchhiker on the new Pennsylvania Turnpike. On the highway, Adams is told that his mother has had a nervous breakdown, grieving the loss of her son Ronald. Adams, his mother, and the hitchhiker. The operator says that Adams' 3 minutes are up. And number 24. Why does Adams sleep well after talking with the mechanic at the gas station? Use text evidence and explain your reasoning using your non-negotiables.